Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the American Tier 10 Premium Medium tank, the M48A2 120mm. The tank that a lot of us earned a long time ago. I think it was in either the second or third season pass after 6.0. It was one of those, but everyone earned it. It was one of those tanks that pretty much everyone has, and it's a tank that I never liked. I just did not enjoy this tank. I didn't get on with it whatsoever, and I do have a love in the T95E6. The T95E6 is fantastic. It's absolutely incredible. Then you got the M60 that I absolutely love as well. And then this tank just felt like a disappointing mix between the two a little bit, because it was like, obviously, you know, M60 shaped, so it's an M48, but you know, you get the point. And then it had the same gun as the T95E6, and it just felt disappointing because the turret was weak, the hull armour was fairly weak, the gun handling was okay, not the best but not bad, the DPM was a bit, it's alright, the T95E6 that you see in front of us just did everything better, and it was like, what's the point in this tank? And I always got frustrated playing it and just really didn't enjoy it. And it's one of those tanks that I actually 3-marked, so I didn't have to play it again. But yeah, here I am, playing it again, because I'm a glutton for punishment. No, actually, this tank did get buffed. This tank got buffed a long while ago in 2021. And it was in that blitzkrieg change where they changed loads of stuff. And yeah, I haven't featured the tank on the channel since I 3-marked it. So what did they buff? Well, they buffed the lower plate. The lower plate got buffed from 88 to 127mm. The roof armor got buffed to 76mm. The turret roof got, again, the turret front armor to 101, the rear to 63, turret commander's hatch from 76 to 127, fixed turret frontal armor, I'm not sure what that is. The view range went from 410 to 420, the reload time from 9 seconds to 8.6, and the aim time to 2.1, well, from 2.1 to 1.9. So, truly, it's still a lot worse than the T95E6 in most ways, because it pretty much has similar stats, if not worse, than the T95E6 on all of those stuff that you've just seen. But it made it a lot nicer to play, and it is a lot better now, really. Is it, like I say, would I choose to play it over the M60 or the T95E6? Hell no, because the turret front is still not that great. It can, again, it's one of those that does have a bit of armor, does have angles, so it can ricochet shots here and there, but for the most part, people are still going to butcher it. But you do have great DPM and really ridiculously good gun handling now, which makes the tank, like I say, a hell of a lot nicer to play. You do have this 120mm, it's really nice. So generally, this tank is nicer to play, and yeah, it is worth playing, but at the same time, like I say, the T95E6 and the M60 do everything. This tank tries to be that middle ground, and it's just not as good, generally, to be perfectly honest. I'd say it's just not worth playing over the T95E6 or the M60. But again, like I say, if you own it already and you play it, you know, how did we bounce the bar? Armor, it's OP. The armor's OP. Yeah, forget what I was saying. It's brilliant. Yeah, no, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So if you own it, it's definitely a lot better to play. It's a lot nicer to play. You can have a lot more fun with it. That's for sure. And I definitely enjoy it a lot better now than before. But it's still probably never going to really leave the garage that much. To be perfectly honest, I'll probably T95E6 or the M60. I'll probably play those. So in terms of recruit on the tank, I run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Steady Aim, Snapshot, Run and Gun, Trap Mechanic, and Rapid Aim. Rapid Aim just to make the turret traversal that little bit better, because I like to be able to snap the turret round a lot, and the turret traverse felt just that little bit slow when I was playing through it, and, you know, all those things. And again, just to make the gun as godly as possible, I run all the gun perks. In terms of equipment, I run rammer, vert stabs, and optics. Now, really, with the 420 view range, do I need optics? No, just run vents. You could run vents and you'll still get a ridiculously good view range, and then you'll make absolutely everything on the tank better. But me, I am a view range whore just as much as I'm an alpha whore. I like to make my view range as great as possible, devalue people's camos as much as possible, and get a filthy amount of assistance if I need them. Or if I'm on like stuff like Mali or Proc, I can just spot a lot and, you know, get a lot of assistance. So this first game, we're on Pearl River. We've used the middle. We're on 6.5k damage, but we're losing hit points. The Skoda T50 is stock. He gets one shot into us, puts us down to a one shot, and Batchat says no. We're in nearly 7k damage, but our team does carry out the game. We finished with 3 kills, 6.9k damage, 1,000 assistance, ace tanker, the high caliber, 1,489 base XP. A nice game for the M48A2 120mm. Shame that the Skoda T50 and the Batchat came out of nowhere to get us. We were doing some good work from that middle area, which the middle area on Pearl River is a really solid position to take, but we just lost too much hit points. And like I say, the armour on this tank is not the best, and like that Batchat just managed to auto-aim and pen us. But the reason I started playing this tank again is for this replay, because I was randomly playing with Turkey, and it was just like we were kind of just balling around, you know, just like, I don't know what to play at tier 10. I don't know. And then it's like, oh, you know what, I'll play the M48A2 120mm. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? And, oh, Turkey's showing his gorgeous little wiggly butt. He's showing us that great little wiggly butt that the UDES 1516 has. Did you see that wiggle? It was glorious. Anyway, we're on Hidden Village. And, yeah, we're going to be aggressive. We're going to push to G45, this little ridge line in front of us over here. Because, really, if you go into this line, you don't want to sit back behind the rocks because you instantly lose the impetus on this flank and you just get done in. You want to get to this position here, get hull down, and try and start farming their team before they can get out of that little area here that we're looking at. So I pop a blind shot because it's like, well, surely something's got to have been here by now, right? No? Well, okay, I'm going to try and pop a blind shot because TDs that are on spot do like to beat that. There's a 268 version 5. Yeah, stuff does like to sit on that little position we shot at, but there's no one there. The 268 V5 is actually like moving away, so it's like, okay, you know what? We're just going to go ham. We're going to go in on this huntsman, start pumping shots in. He pens our turret front really easily, like I say, because the turret front is just, even with a 127mm buff to that, it's still poor. And we rate that poor little tier 8 because the Huntsman is the worst Centurion variant and it's really easy just to destroy because the poor Huntsman. This IS-7's made an aggressive push and it's like, well, I'm sorry, Mr. IS-7, I'll shut you down. But no, because Soviet armour. Should have aimed it properly, shouldn't have auto-aimed, but yeah, side armour, I probably expected it to go in. Now, me and Turkey come to this position here, and it's like, oh god, there's some TDs, SU-130PM and the Waffly 100. And like I say, these guys aren't going to struggle, even though we're hull down, they're not going to struggle with my turret. And I'm having some absolute driving fails right here, but we're just pumping shots at these guys. I could have switched to HE for this Waffle, but I decided, you know what, no, I'm not going to risk something that I can't pen with HE getting spotted. Broken gun that slapped that shot straight into that SU-130PM, that poor guy. And the Waffly 100 got shut down, so we didn't get to shoot him anymore. We're up to 2.5k damage so far with 581 assistance. And now we're going in on this E4. It's like, hello, Mr. E4, just let me track you. We track him in place, but then he repairs. He's still coming. We've got Turkey with us as well. It's like, well, you know what? I might just go and try and take the hit and track this guy. Turkey shoots him, but then look at the way he comes over that ridge. He comes over the ridge with his gun up in the air because of his gun depression. And we instantly saw that and went straight for the track. Stopped him in place, penned him, damaged his hammer rack, and then Turkey blew his head off. One of them 1-2s on the hammer racks. It happens quite a lot. Then we're going backwards now because they're in behind us because they've won the other flank. We've got a nice shot into the Kampfpanzer on the move. Like I said, the gun handling on this tank is really nice now if you run the vert stabs and all the gun handling perks. It's really what you want to be doing with this tank, just making sure that that gun is as good as possible, because that's the only real strength of the tank. And now we're going to flank ourselves into a good position to get some shots at this Taran. So, really, I knew the Taran was there. I probably should have loaded HE, because again, they're very easy to pen. We get a shot into the front of the 430, and that thing is like a FV215B. If you shoot through the upper plate of an Object 430, you're going to set it on fire because the fuel tanks are all in the front. Great placement. And, yeah, we set that guy on fire. We end up panic shotting into the rock when we see the Taran because it's like, oh, God, the Taran, he's going to shut me down. And we hit the rock and don't kill it. But we're now coming over. This is a really weird shot through the fire. I can't quite make them out because of the fire. But now we're just going to use this building in front of us. The Taran actually gets shot into the 263, but he gets shut down by the 263, and then we get shut down the Kampfpanzer 50T. We're up to 5.4k damage and 1600 assistance, and then something joins the cap. So Turkey's going round one way. I'm like, okay, I'll go the other. This is kind of the dangerous way to go because, well, they could have anything behind us, but you know what? Screw it. Turkey's going one way, I'll go the other. So we see the back end of the VK. We slap a shot in. We've only got heat left, which means penning this guy is going to be really easy. Poor VK. Although through the spaced armor, maybe not. But then we hit him for 866. Did we pop his ammo rack there? No, I think we just penned him and someone else shot him at the same time. I think that's what just happened there, and we finished him off. But now they've only got 2 tanks left. They've got Su-130PM and the Centax. And it's like, wouldn't it be funny, Turkey, right? They're either going to be camping in this corner at B9. Or wouldn't it be funny if they've just done what we've done, which they've gone full circle, they're back up from their base into the line that we were just fighting on. What are the chances of that? Probably fairly high. You know, I'm not even going to bother going for the 0 line. And there we go. The Centax gets spotted, and it's like, yeah, it managed to get all the way around. That Su-130PM was spotted on this line, so it's like, well, I'm going to keep going in case this Su-130PM is still here. We're going to keep going on this line and see if we can spot it. And it's like, can I make this? Can I go across here without drowning? Okay, the water's a little bit deeper than I expected. Yeah, it's fine. I'm fine. We're all fine. We're now going to try and get to Turkey as quick as possible because obviously the Centax is up there. We've not spotted the Su-130PM yet. The likelihood is that Su-130PM is probably going to be up there with the Centax. So we're going to go up this way. There you go. The Su-130PM gets spotted. And we're going to try and get just a little, squeeze that little bit more damage out of it. Because we're at 6k damage, 1600 assistance. It's been a pretty decent game so far. And I just want to make it that little bit better. And that's what you always want to do with these games, right? You don't just sort of see a tank is on the other side of the map and go, oh, I'm never going to get there and give up, right? That's just, it's not going to work. So Turkey gets in and shuts down the Su-130PM, and this Centax is charging towards Turkey's position. It's like, well, he's going to feed us some damage here, which is nice. Turkey tracks him. We pop a shot in 449. That's a nice roll. Someone else shoots him, but this is where the DPM of this tank is better than the 15-16. We managed to get the shot in before Turkey. But RNG said no, and the shot hit his tracks instead of penning his upper plate. And we finished the game with 6.5k damage, Brothers in Arms, Ace Tanker, High Caliber, Confederate, nearly 1600 base XP, 8.4k combined. Nice game for the M48A2 120mm, which with the buffs isn't actually that bad anymore. It's a pretty decent little tank. Is it better than the M60 and the T95E6 though? I don't think so. T95E6 especially is just a caliber above because of all the buffs they're giving that tank. It's just got mobility, armor, and DPM. Is this tank there? I'm not sure. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.